Hi there, it's Luwasi Forex, and I would love to welcome you to this video. We're on Trading View right now, and I'm just showing you. You can see that the market in the last day has performed pretty well, and it has also performed pretty well in the last month. You can see that the index markets have been performing pretty well in the last month. Uh, Including Hong Kong market as well, and the S&P 500 as well, because the Hong Kong market, it looked like it had recovered, but no, the S&P 500 has just been going up, 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 up. Now, even though there was some volatility here, you can see that despite this volatility nature, like for example, if you bought at that price, you would have been down for about a month until your position would have been profitable. But overall, the market has been doing so well. We can look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin in the past month as well, even though there was some volatility here. In the past month, you can see Bitcoin has performed pretty well, including Ethereum as well. Okay, so Bitcoin and Ethereum have performed very well. Okay, URUSD hasn't performed as well. It looks like a middle market, and USD JPY as well looks like it is coming from a recovery but going up. Look at GBP to USD. Okay, wait, whoa. What is happening here? Okay, I don't know if we can go back, but I'm hoping we can go back. Okay, so we're looking at Forex market summary. I'm looking at GBP to USD. Okay. Alright, there we go again. Okay, I don't know why it's not giving me the summary post. It keeps keeps going back. Because what I want exactly is the summary post. I don't want anything more. So what I want is the summary post. So for the past month, it has not been performing pretty well. It was actually a good short. USD CAD as well. The past month hasn't performed very well. It's actually been down. But EUR GBP has done very well. in the past month. EURAUD hasn't done too well, even though it has done too well. It looks like a middle market to me. And then finally USD CNY has also not been doing too well. So now let's go into the super charts, and this is where the systems are made. This is where we find out, how to, catch these moves. I think that was like a day ago. I found Bitcoin Cash. It was Bitcoin Cash that I found about like a day ago. And I'm sure by now you've noticed I'm using the ADX. So I think like a day ago I bought Bitcoin Cash right here. It was very early in the morning. Very early in the morning, and as you can see, it has done very, very well. Yeah. So the system is very easy. System is very easy to recognize, because the system that I used to buy Bitcoin Cash compared to Bitcoin, it's the system I'm trying to show you right now. Sorry about that, my internet connection is very slow. I'm using 3G internet. Let me pause the video. Okay, so there we have it. So the system is very easy. This is what I did, and then you can find these are very good option trades. All right, now there are two ways to trade. You can either trade at market close or at market open. Okay, you can trade at market close or at market open. So in this case, this one is a good buy. I'll definitely buy this stock. As you can see, it's in the middle market. Usually if you buy around this area here, while the volume is below here, then you're in a good area to buy the stock. Now again, I must remind you, these are daily patterns. Okay, so yeah, this one I wouldn't buy it because the volume is already high. It's hit a breakout. So the danger of buying this one is you might face resistance. Now some breakouts do work out, but I wouldn't press my luck. You want to buy something like this one here, OSIS, is a better buy. I think this is an inverted hammer, so you want something like that. And then you can see the opening window here, which has provided resistance. Let's see if we can go into the crypto market and find something. So now we are trading the crypto market. Now I would not trade this one because of the volume. It has already broken out. Now some breakouts work, some don't. In this case, I wouldn't trade it, but there's no harm in testing it to see the outcome. So we can test it, see what happens, but this is called a breakout. Okay. Then obviously these others don't work, right? So ideally Kraken is okay. So this is the decentralized exchange market. Alright, so basically we're going to try and reconstruct the system. So the first thing we do, start the moving average and the MACD. So what you want is the level to be above the signal. Okay, that's the first thing that you want. The next thing that you want at the 50-day moving average. Add the 200-day moving average. Okay. Below price. Okay. We want this one. 200-day below the 50-day moving average. Like that. Add the oscillator rating. So you want the ADX to be below the positive DMI. Then you also want the negative, okay, you want it you want it to be below the negative as well. Okay, and then finally no, so you pick the DMI, remove the ADX. So now you want the negative DMI to be below the positive, like that. Just call it GMX DX spot. Alright, so this is kind of what you want. So as you can see, we have wrapped BTC on Pulse chain. Okay, it's giving me readings I was not expecting. We have Paxos Gold. Alright, so on Polygon network, so when you have this Paxos Gold on Polygon network, this shows you that this is the right time to buy gold. Okay, Paxos Gold represents gold. Okay, we have Pepe here. Okay, so baby Satoshi. So basically these are from decentralized exchanges. We have Uniswap, the token. On Arbitrum network. But the one that I would follow is definitely Paxos Gold, which is showing us that the gold price is in a buying position. So if you're into gold, this is definitely a good buying position for gold. Anyway, yeah, this is definitely a good buying position for gold. So usually I'll just clone that, put that there, so we can tell this is definitely a good buying position for gold. You can see that MasterCard was a good buy as well, even though on the day we bought it there was some volatility there. Just like this one here, we have some volatility too. So there is volatility in all these strategies, you know. Same with Metastock, we still have some volatility. Right, so we're back. Now we're using Finviz. Okay, we're using Finviz. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the screener, and I'm going to show you how to find stocks on Finviz. You can see week ahead, Fed meeting, July jobs report, big tech earnings, stock market news. S&P posts fifth straight record close this week, powered by solid earnings. Google did well, Tesla did well, Apple did well, Meta didn't do too well, Microsoft did well, Nvidia didn't do too well, Amazon didn't do too well, but they are all in the major news circles. Now it's very simple. So you come here to technical, I'm sure by now you've noticed that I love the dark theme. So the first thing that you do is you say price has to be above the 50-day moving average. So every time you select that, you give it time to load. So the 200 should be below the 50-day moving average. So that's what you want. You want the 200-day moving average to be below the 50-day moving average. And then the key is the pattern, right? So you want a pattern called the double top. not the bottom, not the or head and shoulders. Right, so let's try head and shoulders. So there's the double top, there's also the head and shoulders. So just give it time to load. Can do multiple top. So basically what you want to do is choose a pattern that you're comfortable with and then choose a market. As you can see, the GOD Gold Trust shares has appeared, so this is also a good signal to buy gold. GOD is a good signal for gold. So for example, if we said ETFs, and as you can see, you can see GOD here. So GLD represents gold. So you can save the screen now. Just give it time to load. All right. Now we're going to try let's try and trade the S&P 500. Let's try the double top. But the multiple top worked very well with the ETF, especially when trying to find gold. There we go. So as you can see, we have Meta here, and which means it's still at the neckline. Okay, we have MS, which is Morgan Stanley, which is still at the neckline. Now, something that I would love to do is to pass through the candlestick patterns. Now, the key with candlestick patterns is the reason why they are very important is because candlestick patterns determine entry. Okay, right now we are looking we're looking at those stocks from a standpoint of a trend, right? So what candlesticks do is they allow us, or they show us the entry, right? And that's why it is very important for you to have a monthly account, so that you get the entries. Now, entries are very important because what they do is they reduce your risk. All right, so it's just part of risk management. But if you're in it for the long term, right? If you're in it for the long term, then you don't need risk management. Okay, if you're in it to hold for like a year, for 6 months, then there's no point in getting risk management. Right? But if you want to, like, reduce your risk, or you want to see a profit on your position, let's say within 3 months, then you definitely need candlestick patterns, right? That's why you need the elite account here, because what that elite account is going to do for you is going to show you many other candlestick patterns that you can use to help you find entries in other stocks. so far. I have not seen any candlestick entry. So meaning all the stocks that we saw there are all in trend trading mode. So basically that's the system that's there. We have Morgan Stanley and Meta here. So we're going to go back to TradingView and check them out to see if we can find an entry. Alright, so we're back to TradingView. We're back to TradingView, and as you can see, this was a breakout, and yeah, so far it is profitable. So far it is in a profitable position. So we're going to look at Morgan Stanley, which we found on Finviz, right? Because I think previously we were on Finviz, right? So I just thought we'd come back and see if we can find an entry. All right. Wow. All right. I think this is a good entry. Yeah, I think it is a very good entry. The only question that I would have, especially in this situation, is there a candlestick pattern for entry, right? But yeah, I think this is a very good entry in terms of trend, but I don't know if it is a good entry in terms of risk management. But in terms of trend analysis, yes, it is a good entry, just like gold is a good entry as well. Meta has been a good entry for a while. We can see, we can witness that the price of Bitcoin is very volatile from the time we started showing the video. I think the prices has gone up, right? So the key was Morgan Stanley, and so the yeah, so that's it. I think it's a good entry because it's the ADX shows us a good entry. It shows us that it is trending, and the volume is just okay. Let's see if we can check it out on the 4-hour chart. Yep, even on the 4-hour chart, it looks like a good entry. So yeah, I think it is a good entry. yeah, so this is what it is, Um, at the end of the day, it looks like a good entry, especially on the 4 hour, and then on the daily chart as well. Looks like a good entry on the 4 hour, and then on the daily chart as well. We can also check out gold, because remember we saw GLD as well. Uh, Now, the problem with gold is on the 4 hour chart, I don't see an entry on the 4 hour chart. I don't think it's trending. Um, so I wouldn't enter it. But with this one on the 4 hour chart, I definitely see an entry, a trend a trend entry signal, right? When they say a trend entry, but really it's a trend entry signal, right? Let's see if if we can see an entry on Meta. You know, I think it matters to see entry signals even on the 4 hour chart and on the daily chart, because you're trying to you're trying to you're trying to see if you can, if the entries are there, if you can enter during a trending market, then at least you are a bit more safer, right? You're a bit safer, and you're looking for that entry, right? So you're trying to enter the trending market, so you're a bit safer, and that's what you want. You want to be in a market where you're safer. Okay, you want to be safer. So I think Meta is definitely a good entry in a trending market. So including Morgan Stanley as well. I don't know about Bitcoin. Okay, yeah, Bitcoin is definitely in a trending market on the 4 hour entry. It looks like it's trending upwards. Let's see if it's trending on the 4 hour. It's definitely trending, but on the daily, I don't see it trending. I feel like it's saying it's overbought, kind of like what happened here, right? But even though it is overbought, it did hit that new high. So yeah, definitely I would buy Morgan Stanley. Yeah. So yeah. Again, my name is Olawasi Forex, and I would love to thank you so much for watching this video. I would love to thank my mentors, Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Tim Sykes, who wrote the foreword to the book, The Penny Stock Course, and Matthew Crater, who wrote the book Rocket Stocks. And you can find all their books on Amazon Kindle. I'd love to thank you so much for watching this video. Take care, bye bye, and bye bye.